How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the video. Today we're going to be going over a glute and hamstring focused leg workout. Now, starting off, we're going to be doing a sumo stance stiff leg deadlifts. And the reason we're going to be doing this as opposed to conventional is mainly it just changes how we're hitting the muscle. So I've been doing conventional for quite a while, so I decided to do this today. Just like I said, to change how I'm hitting the muscle, keep things kind of going and try and prevent plateauing. It's always good to change the way you're performing exercises. One, just to, like I said, change how you're hitting the muscle, but two, also to keep it interesting. So with this one, we're performing 4 sets of 12 to 15 reps. And you'll notice a theme today. Today it's going to be very high volume, so we're going to try and hit a lot of really high reps, and the sets are going to be about 4 sets, and the reps are all going to be around 12 to 15. With this, really notice my foot position. I'm keeping my toes turned really wide out, and the purpose for that is that it opens up my hips and allows me to really squeeze at the peak of the movement. So it's squeezing my glutes as much as possible. Once we finish that, we move into a leg press machine. Now on this one, again, we're going to be really focusing on our glutes and hamstrings, so I'm going as high and as wide as I can on this machine. You'll see here that my feet are pretty much as high up as I can get them before they start to slip off of the machine, and about as wide as I can go. Now if you have a little wider of a platform, try and go a little bit wider than I am here, but this is what I have, so I work with what I got. On this one, we're really focusing on the bottom portion of the rep. So as you can see, I'm not locking out. Never lock your legs out on a leg press to begin with, but I'm really just focusing on that bottom kind of 2/3 of the movement so that I can really work my glutes and hamstrings. For that, 4 sets, 10 to 12 reps, and try and go a little bit heavier. Now, once we finish off our leg press, we're moving into lying leg curls. For this, we're going to do something a little bit different. It's a technique that I call lucky sevens, and it's kind of a variation of 21s if you've ever tried those before. But what you're going to do is 7 reps to begin, and on this you want to focus on the negative portion. So you're going to try and lower the weight to a count of 2, 3, even 4 seconds if you can. And then once you finish those 7 reps, you're going to move into 7 partial reps. Right here you can see focusing on the last portion of the movement, so that kind of last 90 degrees where you're squeezing as much as you can and trying to keep the muscle contract as much as possible. So perform that 7 times, then go straight into just 7 pumped reps. All of this without resting, so that's going to give you 21 total reps. Now you're going to do that for a total of 3 sets, and I guarantee you by the time you finish that, your glutes, your hamstrings, your legs are just going to be so dead that you'll barely be able to stand up. Now, once we finish that, we're going to move into another glute workout or another glute exercise, and this is going to be just cable pull-throughs. On this movement, really focus on controlling your tempo, so pause at the bottom, and as you come up, focus on really squeezing and driving your hips forward as much as possible, because that's really going to help contract your glutes a little bit more. You'll notice that I'm just driving my hips into my palms and almost like humping the cable, as odd as that sounds, which kind of looks like what you're doing, but it's true. That's the best way to get the tightest contraction at the peak, and that'll really force that extra growth. Now, last exercise for legs, apart from calves, is a glute hyperextension. Big key on this, as you notice my foot position, again, about as wide as I can make my feet on this machine, and my toes are turned really far out because that opens up the hips and allows you to really focus on squeezing and contracting your glutes and hamstrings. Another big key to this movement is my range of motion. You notice that I'm not coming super far up, and the reason for that is once you come up past about where I'm stopping, you actually start to engage your lower back, which is not what we want to target. We're really focusing on targeting those glutes and hamstrings. So with this, again, you really just want to be focusing on squeezing as much as you can, and we're going to go for about 4 sets, 12 to 15 reps, followed by like 3 to 5 partial reps at the end, so just kind of going up to the top and coming down maybe about a half of the way of the movement, and just really focusing on that upper portion of the peak, or that upper portion of the movement where you're getting the most contraction out of it. So this one is a great movement to kind of burn out your glutes, burn out your hamstrings, and just use body weight so you're not going too crazy. Once we finish that, we're going to move into calves. And with calves, I like to do a calf press on the leg press machine. So this is a little different from the other leg press machine just because it's easier to perform calf press. But big takeaway from this is my tempo again, and then also how I'm actually coming up onto my toes. So first of all, the tempo, you notice that I'm really focusing on that negative, trying to let myself down as slow as I can. And then when I'm coming up onto my toes, I'm focusing on coming up onto my big toes. And that's going to really help emphasize the peak as opposed to coming up over the outside of your feet where you're not kind of getting as tight a contraction as you normally would. Now this, we're going to superset it with another exercise. This is an exercise which I don't see really anybody do, but if you haven't tried it, definitely give it a try because it's one of my favorite moves to kind of really burn the calves out. I'm not sure if it has a name, but I like to call it kind of like a squat calf raise or a compression calf raise. And the whole point of this is you're basically sitting back on your calves and you're compressing the muscle as much as possible while you're rocking back and forward from your heels to your toes. And if you haven't tried this before, like I said, give it a try because it's really going to burn that calf at the end of a workout. So with those two exercises, as I said, they're supersetted together. You're going to be performing 4 sets, 12 to 15 reps for each exercise, and really focus on squeezing those calves as much as possible. Now once we finish that, I just moved over to a stair mill. And I just performed like 10 to 15 minutes of some really slow steps, really just kind of focus on pumping my legs and my calves especially with a little bit of extra blood as I finished off my workout. So this is something that's not doing it for the cardio, it's more doing it for that extra pump towards the end of my workout and burning out my legs. That's going to be it for today. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Don't forget to smash that like button. Leave a comment down below if you give this workout a try. Let me know what you think. And if you aren't subscribed, subscribe because we've got great videos like this Monday through Friday. And I hope you guys have enjoyed. So I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.